welcome to my parents' bathroom. We have a little bit of a wonky setup going on today, so bear with me. We had to make do with what we got. I've been doing my foundation and just kind of everyday makeup a little bit differently lately. Does that make sense? Sure. I just wanted to share with you guys some of the changes I've made because honestly, I didn't know if I was just having really good skin days or if my makeup was just so much better. But then I had a little bit of redness pop up the other day on my skin, and after I did my makeup, it still looked pretty damn good. To make this video a little more exciting, I'm also gonna be answering some questions I had you guys send to me, so let's get into it. I am going to start by using the Dermablend Professional Smooth Liquid Camo Foundation. This is in the color Natural 25N. It is a little bit too light for my skin right now, but we're gonna make do. We're really making do with a lot in this video. Also, one of the biggest changes I've made is rather than using a beauty blender for my foundation, I've been using a flat brush. This is not the brush that I would prefer to do with this, but I'm traveling, I'm at home in Pittsburgh right now, and it's the best one I have. So any just flat foundation brush would be really good. So I just take a little bit of the product and put it right on the brush. Also, since it's summer and I like a little bit of a dewy look, I've been using the Hocus Instant Visual Flaw Softening Illuminator from Soap & Glory. I took it and put it on my hand, and I'm kind of just tapping it on the high points of my face where I would eventually highlight. And now with my foundation on my brush, I am just going to lightly blend this all in. I've noticed that using the brush has made my foundation stick better because I'm really pressing it into my skin. Being gentle, so you're not irritating the skin, but I've been using way less product to do this so I don't look as cakey, and it just, I don't know, it's just an all over smoother, nicer application. And I've been really taking my time on doing the foundation rather than rushing to just get it on quickly, and it just seems like I don't really have anything on. It just makes my skin look really good. So starting with questions. What is the hardest thing about making most of your life open to the public? So I would say that most of my life isn't open to the public. That's probably the hardest part. The fact that people think that they know everything that there is about you. And I've noticed people's perceptions of other YouTubers that I personally know and seeing things that they're just not correct about has made it easier for me to accept that people might have a perception of me that's not true. While I'm doing this, since I am a chronic nose toucher all the time, my allergies are so terrible, I'm really going to kind of pack this in around my nose area. At this point, there's not a lot of product left. You don't want to rub and wipe or you're just going to take that product off. But my problem area is like I have a little blemish here, I have some redness here, and my nose is just a pain. I'm gonna go over those and kind of just really tap the product in a little deeper. This application, I've also noticed my under eyes aren't creasing as much because there's way less product under them. I kind of avoid them as much as I can and focus on concealer and other products working to cover those. And then you also want to make sure you take it up a little bit into your ear and down your neck. I just realized I completely forgot to tell you guys I've already prepped my skin. This has been a huge help to getting my kind of flawless foundation look. Prepping your skin is so important. If you're gonna limit the products that you use, at least have a moisturizer with an SPF and also a primer. Primers will save your skin. There's no point to spend all this time and all this effort on having this nice makeup application if it's not gonna last and hold up because you didn't prep your skin properly. So yes, that's so important. I can't believe I forgot to say that. My next step, I just the other day started doing. I'm gonna be using the Shape Tape from Tarte. I'm using the colors Light and Deep. I don't know how great the deep shade is on me. It's a little bit too much of warm tones. I need kind of cool tones when contouring, but having a liquid base for your contouring helps the powders last a lot longer. If you want a more natural look, I would definitely recommend just sticking with powder. So if you want to skip this step, go for it. Just use a basic concealer and then no liquid contour. I'm just gonna tap the sides of my nose, a little bit under my eyes, down the bridge. I don't take this up on my forehead or my chin. I don't need to add liquids. I want this to be dewy, but I don't wanna look greasy. And then just the smallest amounts in the little crease of your jaw. A little bit on the sides of my nose, underneath. I just wanna bring my forehead down because I have a very large one. So just tapping along there, along my jawline to kind of define that. And I am gonna take my beauty blender now, wet this, and blend that all in. Whoa, whoa. Oh, that sink is so strong. What's the best way to go vegan? Do I start by cutting out certain foods like eggs, or do I just kind of jump into it? There is no one size fits all for becoming vegan. Also, I think there's this misconception that it has to be an all or nothing thing. As a vegan, I noticed that we either get called too extreme because we just put it into every aspect of our lives, or we get called hypocrites because we eat a vegan diet but we'll have non-vegan products or whatever. Doing anything at all is better than doing nothing at all. Now, if you are planning on going fully vegan, again, it's just kind of what works best for you. Personally, I technically cut cold turkey, but I already wasn't eating a ton of animal products. By the way, I am just blending until none of this looks like dots. Like you can maybe see it looks a little dotted here still. And it's okay if it's not perfectly blended yet, because when we go over it with the powder, that's when it's all really, really gonna blend. But yeah, I think that first off, being educated is the best way to stick to it. When you know what's in the things that you're putting in your body, and it's not good things, you're less likely to want to put them in your body. Next up, I'm taking the Dermablend Professional's Loose Setting Powder. So I'm just gonna take a little wedge sponge. I'm going on the sides of my nose in a straight line. I didn't really overly contour my nose, and I let the setting powder and highlight do most of the work because I have a wonky nose and it's very difficult to properly contour. And then I'm also gonna set my under eye so I don't get my makeup to be creasing. And now we're gonna move on to the powder. I'm using PUR Cosmetics Coutour Diaries palette. And I'm just gonna take this with my angled brush over the parts that I've already contoured with the Tarte stick. Now that I've contoured with the powder, I'm also gonna go back in with my setting powder and just clean up this contour line a little bit. I don't wanna overdo it. I'm not gonna bring it towards my mouth, just right under that line to clean it up. Advice for a recent graduate who has no idea what to do with their life and really wants to move away, but is too scared. First of all, no one knows what they want to do with their life. It's always changing. That's okay. You do not need to know exactly where you want to be. Now, for the moving away aspect, my best advice to anyone who's thinking about moving away and is nervous is that, what is the worst case scenario? Do you have the option of moving back home? Because if so, your worst case scenario is that you end up exactly where you are right now. So take the plunge, go for it, because you really have nothing to lose. I just lightly filled in my eyebrows off camera. To be honest, I don't like the eyebrow product that I brought with me to Pittsburgh right now, so I didn't even want to show you guys it. It's really bad color and texture, and it's not good. Okay, next question, and while I answer that, I'm using this Dermablend Professional's brush to just lightly wipe away all of my setting powder. I'm a tomboy. I need to start wearing simple makeup to work. It's required. What's the perfect starter pack? Well, first of all, I don't know what kind of job is requiring you to wear makeup. That's annoying, but guess we're keeping this job. So I would say that a little bit of concealer and mascara goes such a long way. If you really want to get fancy, add a little bit of blush and highlighter, and that's it. I'm also using this brush just to kind of go over any of my contouring, making sure it's very blended so I don't have any crazy marks. Do you have secret accounts? Ooh, no. My final step for flawless foundation is highlighter. You can absolutely skip this step, but I don't feel complete without it, honestly. So I'm going in with my PUR Cosmetics Gold Digger palette, and the highlighter is called Glow Getter. And I'm just gonna take a little bit and add it to all the high spots on my face. And this just makes me feel happy. Snog, Marry, Avoid, Amy Orman, Rose and Rosie, and Jack Dodge. Whoa, I get a 2-for-1 special with Rose and Rosie, okay. This is hard. Okay. Wait, I'm really stressed about this. Guys, why you gotta play me like this? Okay, I am going to, damn it. I don't think it's legal for me to marry 2 people. So, I'm gonna snog Rose and Rosie, because also, obviously, I'm going to marry Amy, and I'm so sorry, Jack, I love you. Another thing I've been doing is adding a little highlighter to my chin, and I really like this look. It gives a full glowy look. Also, I've been taking my highlighter up here just slightly. Woo! Okay, guys, you don't know this. It seems like it's just been a second. It's been a few, lots of minutes. We had some card reading errors, but we back. I have no idea where we were. I think I was highlighting my face. Don't know what I've highlighted so far, so let's just do more. Do you want kids? And if so, do you want to adopt, have a surrogate, or carry the child yourself? Yes, I want kids, 100%, absolutely. And I'm not super picky on how I want to have the kid. I used to say that I wanted to be my wife's surrogate and for her to be mine. Hold on, I'm out of breath. I've been running around a lot. Let me just take a minute. Honestly, I just want kids. I don't really care how it comes about at this point. I just really want kids. Because I want this look to be mainly about my foundation and my base and not so much lip, eyes, whatever, I am just going to finish the eyes off with some Tarte Mascara, and I'm gonna use the Bite Beauty Agave Lip Mask. Okay, the final step for this look, and it's also something I do throughout the day, is use the One Heck of a Blot Soap and Glory powder. I just take it, fold the pad in half, and set again the sides of my nose and under my eyes. I oftentimes get a little shiny right above my eyebrows and in between them. So I just kind of dab this on. And then I keep it in my purse, and that's all I have to do. All day this stays on. I've worn it for 12 plus hours and it looks so good. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed this sort of flawless foundation look and hearing the answers to your cues. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up so that I know you liked it, and hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.